Welcome back YouTube, 22k here, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Probably going to be a bit shorter this one, not impromptu per se. I was going to wait until Doncaster, which is next week, end of November, but I thought no, I fancy doing a video today. You would have seen the the game, I think it's called Game actually, Light Gun. The Time Crisis thing. Again, you know, I took a plunge on it. If those are interested, have a look on the Kickstarter page at some of the comments. Then that Tasai or whatever, for a Japanese company, not very good. Not very good. Again, I don't know the full ins and outs and stuff like that, but the general consensus was they never didn't say it was going to be retail, but they never said it was going to be retail either. It was a little bit deceptive. Their excuse is, oh, we never said it wasn't going to be retail. But the idea of Kickstarter, again, a complete noob, right, was that it's kind of like a litmus test. You get the public to fund the project that you think you're going to build, and obviously they get something at the end, and then it's kind of like proof of concept, and then you go to retail, and usually, I don't know how long, I'm not a production guy, I don't know, 8 months, 9 months, 12 months, 16 months, or whatever it is. But no, these guys had already got everything lined up, so there was no need for a Kickstarter because they'd already got the backing from a retail, and that's what a lot of people got really annoyed at. Because again, you know, if you're taking the risk on a product from Kickstarter, and again, I'm just talking from what I can understand of it, part of that risk is that early access, and you know, and that's part of the deal, if you like. Whereas what's happened with this is that sort of early access is probably condensed down to about a couple of weeks, if that. And yeah, a lot of people that do Kickstarter often, I guess, I don't know, really not happy, So that's kind of the real rough backstory. If you want to dig deeper into it and have a look, then by all means do. I said I didn't want to blur that for the product because it's not really the product's fault, if that makes sense. And yeah, like I say, for the price of it, I don't think it's terrible at all. Again, it's software based AI, so they can always tweak it and stuff, I'm guessing, via updates. So it's not like a one and done, I wouldn't say. But the real hope is obviously that someone cracks it and add some more games to it. Personally, I probably do think it's probably a little bit more better suited to a bigger screen than what I've got. But you know, you live within your minutes, within your limits. So yeah, I mean, I just got a couple of pickups. We did the London market. Was feeling great for that one. I ain't gonna lie, all self-inflicted. No fucking no arguments from me. It was though a record breaker. Believe it or not, I couldn't believe it. So yeah, apparently as well, it was one of the lowest attended London markets. So the organiser was telling me, I think they still had 20% of the tickets that weren't sort of scanned in. So there were 20% less people. So they go figure. And we had Scottish Japanese Alan there as well. So he usually sucks like 30 grand out the room. And all the traders joke and laugh about that because it's a fact. So yeah, it was a little bit subdued, I think. Seen Scott there, Sega Zombie, seen Al, Ustar Gamer. I've seen ads from the Amiga lads. Didn't see Steve. Steve Bennett's his sidekick. Didn't see Steve, although I've seen him from a distance, but he was busy. See James, Time Warp James. Good to see him. Had some chats with them. I had chats with ads and stuff. Scott, Alex. Don't think there's anybody else there because I'm an idiot. I forgot Retrospect Gamer. This chap, I've met him in the toilets of all places. I bumped into him in the loos. He mentioned he was after a mass system. I said that Fob had got one. This is before obviously it even opened. And yeah, so he came along and said hello, etc., etc. And then towards the end of the day, he very kindly gifted me a picture that it painted. I don't have the picture because the picture was left in a bag, which was left in Rob's one of Rob's boxes because we packed away. So as I'm doing the video, I'm like, and I said in the video, like in my head, I thought that I knew there was somebody else, and it's this guy. So Retrospect Gamer, go and check him out. I can't speak to the picture. I'm guessing he was probably going to give it to someone else really more important, and because it's towards the end of the day, he didn't want to take it home, and I was probably the last person there, so he very kindly gifted it to me. But hey, look, I'll show it in the next vid anyway. I just get vibes of the Turnberry Titans all over again. Back to me anyway. I say it's quite a subdued event from that end, but yeah, record breaker. Who knew? Who knew? Should feel rough as fucking assholes more often. It is not a good idea. I told Rob this is the first and last time we're doing this. We did do it a little bit rough and ready in Nottingham once, and that wasn't great. Doing London is just a big fucking no-no. It ain't gonna happen again, he says. 50-year-old fucking bloke should know better. Robert, Liam, if you're watching this, no. Definitely no. We didn't get much from there. I think I watched Al's video, who's Star Gamer, and he kind of summed it up. You know, for some of the markets, there's kind of an abundance of something, and then you struggle to sort of decide what to buy, or it's like there's very little. So it's like feast and famine in that kind of respect, or it ends up being a lot of one thing. And I kind of agree with him there. It definitely goes that way. And yeah, this time there weren't a great deal cooking for me. There was a guy there who was definitely selling his stuff off because he was cash only. And I picked up these couple of bits off of him, £5 each. He said they were working. I mean, at £5, I'm buying them anyway. These are the Hori N64 pads, very much like, and I was trying to, again, because I was fucking up with it. I was thinking of the Brawler pads that come out years later. I was calling them the Fight. He knew what I was on about. But I don't know if they were based off of these ones, but these are quite cool. Like the little, like I say, they're Hori. They're official. I think they're official in Japan. But yeah, they look fucking great, don't they? I mean, that's how we should have had the N64 pads. But I still quite like the OG ones that we've got. But yeah, quite nice in the hands. And obviously puts more emphasis on the analog and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty cool. I mean, for £5 each, I mean, you know, I mean, even if they don't fucking work, they can sit in a box and look fucking cool as hell. But yeah, outside of that, guys, we've got say Doncaster end of this month, and that's kind of it for the year. Then we are stalling out, all things being equal, the Nottingham game market, not Nottingham, Norwich game market with Ricky, and that's kind of like falls into that dead zone like after Christmas and New Year, and that's pretty good. We did that last year, and it was a good day. It was a good day. Yeah, well attended event. Can't moan about it. And so yeah, we're booked in for that. I think Liam's coming. No, Liam's not coming to that one. Just Fob and me. So yeah, outside of that, then that'll be it done for 2025. 2026. There's a list of events. I'll put it in the thing just so if anyone's interested, you know, you want give you a bit of foresight if you want to attend one. There's still a few places, locations that they haven't decided on yet, but there will be one. So there's no Birmingham, but there will be a Birmingham, if that makes sense. Again, I'll put them in the description so you can have a look. And like I say, if you want a forward plan and stuff, at the minute between Fob and me, because we're old broken men, we really are. I don't know what next year is going to look like, to be honest. Again, I've kind of touched on it before. I do need an operation. Rob needs an operation as well. Not the same operation. No, it's not a penile reduction, unfortunately for either of us. I think Rob's is his back. Mine's obviously my stomach and the issues I've got with that. So yeah, where they fall and the impact of them, it's going to be, you know, out for a couple of months. But again, I don't know, right? It's all pie in the sky at the minute. It's all sort of finger in the air. We don't know. But yeah, as they say, sort of forewarned is forearmed. But plenty of markets either way, you know, us not being there notwithstanding. So it's still looking good, guys. You know, the hobby is still there's still life in the old dog yet. I mean, current I don't know what you would call it, feeling, I don't know, the sort of sense within the sort of community, whatever you want to call it. And I'm glad to sort of see it. you know, people are kind of like coming around and realising the whole, when I've been saying it for years, and I know I sound like a right broken record. Tony Fighter 2, God bless him, Goldtooth as well, pair of stalwarts. You know, they're trying their best to sort of, not, I don't suppose change people's minds. I can't remember who it was that said it, and I've said this about a lot of stuff, right? And this goes for a lot of things in life. Definitely noticed it with Brexit. Is there's for and against. You're never gonna convince either side. Don't bother. Stop wasting your breath. Honestly, just don't bother. The people that are kind of like a little bit, I don't know, they're the ones that you can maybe not. No, it's not about convincing. It's just about presenting them the facts. And I've always said this about a lot of things, especially in recent years, especially after the scamdemic and whatever. Really opened my eyes just to how the world really works. It's like the Matrix. You take the red or the blue pill, you know, we call it being red pilled, because you wake up, essentially. You kind of wake up and you can see what's really going on, what's really happening, how things are working. You know, big pharma, you know, they don't cure people because you've lost money. No one, they don't want to fix anybody. That kind of stuff, without going too conspiratorial on the channel. But it's very much like that, I think, with the whole e-beggars, the grifters, whatever term you want to use for them. And it's not a new thing. It really isn't a new thing. I know there's a couple of them that have been kind of like highlighted, but trust me, guys, you know, Goldtooth and Tony, it goes back a lot further than those people. And it's not just retro gaming. Honestly, I used to watch like some toy channels. Again, I've mentioned it in my video that I did, you know, the sort of cult personality, YouTube and the cult personality, because that's what it is. It's kind of like an indoctrination. I don't know. It's that people feel that need for belonging, and if it costs them money, then so be it. They don't seem to, they just don't see it, right? They're kind of like that. And unfortunately, no matter how much you bang their heads against the wall, they won't change. Something has to change their mind for them. If that makes sense, there has to be something that will do it, a catalyst. And yeah, unfortunately, and what we'll go to sort of seeing and Tony, probably a lot of people going, no, stop going on about it, because those people are probably part of that cult as well sometimes, and you'll be surprised how many people that are in your sort of friend circle are in that, and they probably won't really admit it, which is quite damning in and of itself, isn't it? But yeah, it's not just the people that I mentioned. There's a lot of other people, and I mentioned in that video, it's amazing how they all gravitate towards the same tropes, the reasonings and the logic and their justification for doing it. I don't really know how it happens, because they all trot out the same BS excuses for it. I don't know. That's what I said in that video. I don't know if they get taken aside at some point and given like a crib sheet of bullshit reasoning. I don't know. But I'd say none of them deserve your money. They really don't. I say they don't deserve the money. It's you know, at the end of the day, these people are giving them money, not putting a gun to their head. Although there is a lot of manipulation. There's a lot of sort of blackmail. There's coercion. There's all of these psychological triggers and tugs that they do. Very, very clever. Very, very clever. You know, and Goldtooth has mentioned it about, you know, sort of vulnerable people. Fob and myself, we can tell you one person for 100%. God bless him, right? And that's what I don't like to see. And maybe Goldtooth knows him as well, or maybe Goldtooth knows someone similar or whatever. And it's them poor bastards that they just think they're helping them. They really do. But like I say, it's not limited to the people that they're mentioning by any stretch. They're just the latest batch. And I think that's the sad indictment of it, isn't it? And I can't remember who was talking about it. Maybe it was Goldtooth. I can't remember. It might have been Tony. I don't know. But what happens with that is people see that as the norm. They see that that's how to do YouTube. That's how you should be. That's what you should be doing. So you see these channels that spring up. They've got like 5 subs and they've already got Patreon and a membership. And then they're going, and I had some guy, again, I'm not going to name names, sent me a message. I said, oh, do you want to be part of my Christmas thing? Like, and again, that's another thing that these people tend to do. They tend to latch on, like I've mentioned it years and years ago. They stand on the shoulder of giants. That for me is a red flag. Right, this fucko hasn't ever been in my comments at all. Right, never talked to me or whatever. Right, and then he goes asking me, "Oh, can you come on to my Christmas special?" Because obviously he wants to leverage you guys. Right, it's nothing new. Right, that's nothing new. But when you're, and no disrespect, when you're a fucking nobody, no mark, that ain't happening, dude. Because all you're doing is you're not fucking putting the graft in, and you want to just catapult yourself up to there because you want to start asking for money. Again, like I said to Gold, I can smell them a mile off now. It's just like absolute bullshit. I'm done. Honestly, I don't care if you do shit like that. You just channels are going to get blocked. Do not show me any content. You're blocked. I'll perfectly fine watching someone who's got fucking 50 subs, who sits there like a talking head and talks about the games that he's found and he's picked up, who's not running around fucking CEX with a stupid camera because he thinks that's what everyone does. Honestly, I'll watch them people all day long and twice on a Sunday. And I've said that before, I've said it a million times. Far more entertaining. Rant over. But again, I just wanted to give a bit of moral support, I suppose, to Goldtooth and Tony and anybody else that's trying their best. But like I say, realistically, guys, you not you wasting your breath, because that's not what I'm saying here. But never the twain shall meet, right? You'll never convince the people that are in that, and they're knee deep in it. And it's kind of like what we would call, in certain circles, cognitive dissonance, in that they know it's wrong, but they don't want to see it, and they don't want to be told. They don't want to be woken up. So you're just wasting your time. Anyway, so I forgot to show. I got this from a buff day, and it's the Lego Game Boy, unbuilt. And I know everyone's showed this off, and I've completely forgot. He's been on the side there, over there. There's 421 pieces. Who have I seen built? Who did this? Was it Clint? Clint's always into his Lego. Clint's got some lovely Lego sets. I can't remember who it was, because someone was on about it and they put the mate said, "Oh, does it play Game Boy games?" I can't remember who it was. I can't remember. It made me laugh. But it does look cool as hell. It really does. Will I build it? Probably not. Truth be told, I wouldn't mind getting another one and building that. But yeah, I mean, that's like, look, most of us kids of the 80s, right? I was born in the 70s, kid of the 80s. Lego was like the shit. It really was. I mean, the sets now, they literally are collector's pieces, aren't they? I mean, they look fantastic. I do like how they remodel the packaging as well and stuff. They're constantly pushing that envelope, and some people will love it or hate it. You know, at some point, what they'll do, they'll retire this set, so the value of it goes up. I'm not to say, look, that's what I bought it for, because I've got a room full of old shit like that. But it's very much, they know what they're doing. The marketing, the psychological aspect of it, very, very clever. Very, very clever. But that's cool as how. Yeah, I don't know, there's other Nintendo sets. You know, I don't know if they missed a trick with the Mario ones, because they made them like way too kiddified, didn't they? Like the big heads and stuff like that. I would just love like a real adaptation, like this kind of stuff. I'm in, you know. So anyway, thought I'd mention that, because I did forget it. God, the last 2 vids, I think. And no, I'm not 50 yet. I'm close, not quite. Fob's older than me. Not by a long shot, but only he is older. I keep reminding him that on a daily. Right. So talking about YouTube and the community. Last vid I mentioned this happened, and obviously it's been and gone. And it was the Turnby Titans with old Gordo, Give 84 Gaming. Does it every year. He's done it the last couple of years. Bless him. And he generally has new people. I think there was a slot, again, I'm not going to go into it. A few people kind of couldn't attend, let him down. I don't know what word you want to use for it. So generally it's new people. It's a bit like, I don't know what you call it, like Big Brother or whatever. You know, there's a new roster. I think Scott Glory Hunter went up again, because it was very last minute. So fair play to Scott. But yeah, it was like Big Game Al, Dan Lads, Marcus and Tommy. Fucking great stuff. Who else was up there? Ed, Retro Ed. I mean, probably one of the nicest guys on YouTube, bar none. He is absolute diamond. And a couple of lads, I don't know who they are. Chicken eyeballs or something, and someone else's chicken and stuff like that. I don't really know them. I think couple of Welsh lads. I can't remember. But they seem all right. I can't speak to them because I don't know them. Gordo. Who else was there? I'm going to miss somebody. I know it was. Because I keep blurring the lines with what happened with last year's cast. But anyway, so again, the general gist of it is they do a 24-hour live stream. They play games. Try and stay awake for 24 hours. And they have like these raffles. You pay a tenner and you get put into a raffle for that particular item. They spin a wheel and then your lane lands on it and you win something. I set some stuff up for them, like I have done the previous year and stuff. And yeah, I get involved, right? Because it's a great cause. I have to say, and I know Gordy's already not acknowledged this, big game Al, right? I know he's got his detractors. I like Al. I've always liked Al. But not say thankful, but that guy on that stream, honestly, he was fucking brilliant. He really was. I mean, he used me that many times to get people to buy tickets. I should have had a percentage of that. Very good, Al. Honestly, I did enjoy it. It made me laugh loads. I mean, the Tommy episode, there was a couple of us in the chat, and it just turned into bedlam. It was a right old scream. But again, it happened last year when they unboxed Big Game House stuff. That was hilarious as well. So you know, it's a great watch. And I think this time Gordy's managed to save it, so you can go back and watch it if you're so inclined. But yeah, just a good laugh, good bunch of guys. Gordo, I mean, he's doing God's work. He really is. Fair play to the lad. But we did win some up. I mean, last year, I think I won the best thing. It was off Kevin fucking Wolford 123, the metal slug figures. Fucking shit, they're still up there. Honestly, they're still up there. They haven't sold them. However, this year I did win some. I won, I think it was Retro Ed donated a 3DS with some games, and I won that. And like I say, they just took the piss out of me. Like, all stream, I just got the piss taken out of me. I was leveraged and I was used as blackmail and bait for everybody else. They said, I am going to sell the 3DS because I don't need it. They said, oh, it's worth 400 quid. It's not worth 400 quid because there's no inserts. I had to keep telling them this. But there was a bunch of games. A lot of them already got, unfortunately. This one I didn't have. I have kept it, Ed. It is I don't know, the one shining bastion of my morality, not being a complete fucking lizard. And it's bravely default on the 3DS. Did not have this. I know that there's quite a lot of follow-ups to this, and there's some quite nice big box sets, isn't there, of the Bravely Default games. But yeah, wonderful stuff. For those that I think Ed's still got full 3DS set, haven't you, Ed? So I'm guessing all this was kind of like hangover doubles when he's bought bundles and stuff like that. And he very kindly donated it. I think Ed won some nice bits, some Master System stuff. Ross, wahaha, his Mrs. Chrissy, like, cleaned house. I mean, I think they had to send the stuff down on a pallet. But again, like I say, from the Friday, was it Friday or was it Saturday? No, the Saturday, 12 o'clock on the Saturday afternoon until 12 o'clock on the Sunday. Obviously, not all night, but I was on there like most of it. It's just a really good time. Good bunch of lads, really entertaining. So I'd say kudos to all you guys that did it. Really, fair play, well done. Odds and sods. Seeing this on eBay, I didn't even know this was a thing. Someone's going to say to me, oh, yeah, Stu, that's some fucking nerd, right? But I didn't know it was a thing. Now, when it was up, I went on bids. When it was on there, I thought, well, I'll just have a quick look, because you know what it's like. You'll start bidding on something, and eBay's very good at this. You'll get, like, fucking zoned out, and you'll just think, and then you'll end up winning a bid on something that you could buy it now for cheaper. So I always have to be mindful of myself. Look, go and just see if there's one of these already knocking. I couldn't find one. I couldn't even find one sold. That's not to say that this is the only one that does it. There might be another thing that does it. It's called a different name that, you know, that they're everywhere. But I haven't seen them before. It's for the N64. Yeah, I know. Fugly. The Fugly 64, Dave. We know. You wait. Analog. The Analog 3D is actually due out 18th of this month. 18th of November. Do wait. going to change the world, that is. It's going to change, it's not going to change anyone's mind on the N64. It really isn't. Again, like I said before, never the twain shall meet. You ain't going to convince people otherwise. You're either in it or you're not. And a lot of people aren't. Good. But anyway, I love the N64. I grew up with it. I've got a soft spot for it, yada, yada, yada. This is the Power Flash, not the Power Flush. Although some people probably would say you probably do need a Power Flush if you like the N64. It said, like it says on the box, it plays Game Boy games on the N64. I didn't know that was a thing. Maybe the Analog 3D can do that. I don't know. Maybe it's like a little adapter or whatever. But I did buy this with that in mind, thinking I'll plug that in and maybe it'll work because it's obviously emulating N64 hardware. But yeah, I can't really speak to it. It's not something that I was really that aware of, and I haven't got my glasses on, so I'm really struggling to see now. Now play your Game Boy games for play your old Game Boy favourites full size on your TV monitor, simply plug and play. Unique colour palettes, such as palette swapping. Regular Game Boy graphics into glorious colour. So it's a bit like putting visual Game Boy games into a Game Boy Color. I can't, honestly, I don't know if it's just, I'm guessing it is just Game Boy game, not Game Boy Color games. I don't know. I say I don't really know. I haven't even tried it. But yeah, a funky little, it's not, again, it's just a little cartridge. There ain't a great deal to it in that respect. I'll show you. I mean, it doesn't, I don't know if it does much inside it. You know, there's a little button there. Reset maybe. But there is a cartridge slot at the back. Does that mean you have to put an N64 in there to bypass it? I don't know. When I get the analog and stuff, I'll have a tinker with that. But I say, anybody else had one of these back in the day? I say it's something that I'm not really even aware of. It just popped up and I was like, ooh, we might have a look at that. And so we did, and it weren't a lot. I think I ended up like 16 quid, maybe, something like that. Not a great deal of money. Oh, Power Flash. Oh, Power Flash is also a powerful cheat cartridge. 100 built-in cheats for the best Game Boy games, plus a unique cheat finder. So it's got like a Game Genie. Oh, built into it. Oh, so sir. Oh, I'm in. I was in already, but now I'm even further in. So next up, it's PC Engine. Some PC Engine. These are not going to set the world alight at all. Again, come across a bundle, and I was looking at it and going, that can't be right. It was something like 20 quid. I don't know whether, I'm guessing that maybe the guy just found them in a drawer somewhere, or I don't know, he inherited them. And I think there's like 8. I think it was 8 games. So I've kept 4 that I didn't have. I mean, they ain't great. The other ones that I'd already had were quite nice. Again, they'll just get moved on. But I thought, well, we might as well keep these. They ain't cost us anything. Again, they're not going to set the world alight. We've got a baseball game. I don't know. Rom. Do you do rom? I don't know what it is. It's just a baseball game. They're all CDs as well. They're all CD games. This one is like a dating sim. No, it's Mahjong, sorry. This is a Mahjong. Again, I like Mahjong, but I don't think... I think they're like... They make them into sort of like storybooks, don't they? But I can't speak to it, but it's a Mahjong game. This one is... What was this one? This is like the storybook dating one. It's just called Stay With You. It's probably based off some anime. No doubt. I can't speak to it. Got some nice little cutscenes there and stuff. But again, they'll end up costing me next to nothing. Now this one, really look at the pictures other than the couple that I'd seen, and I thought, wow, look, even that one its own is worth more than 20 quid. And then when the bundle come in, I started looking at it, and I thought, oh, I recognise this one. This is a half decent one as well. And it's not what I thought it was. And then when I've looked at it, a lot of people sort of said it's based on the same character, but it's not of the same world. So I can't remember what it's fucking called now, but basically it's this dude here. Now he looks to me, if you ever collect the PC Engine, there's Wonder Boy in Monsterland, and that's the same character that they use. I can't remember what his name is. He's some sort of dude in Japan. And I thought that's what it was. I thought it was the Wonder Boy, one of the Wonder Boy games. Again, like they're quite, you know, as a platformer, they're great, like platforming games. But it's not. This is because it's this dude, and I can't remember what his name is. It's like an encyclopedia, kind of like a flick book encyclopedia of the anime that he's in, and apparently, like if you're into it, it's quite decent. There's a lot of Japanese text, but it's what did they say it was? It's like with the kanji. Is there like a kiddie version of the kanji to make it easy to understand? Apparently, that's what this is. So you can kind of fumble your way through it, but I'm not going to bother. But yeah, so there you go. And full of like real shit PC Engine games. And this is the thing, right? Back in the day, I remember Japanese Scottish Alan, when he first started storing out, man, he had like crates of tut like this. And there probably were a couple of quid, right? And no one batted an eyelid. Now these are not a couple of quid, even these shit ones. She should have bought them back then, like a lot of stuff, but hey-o. Right, last couple of bits. Game Gear. Scott, Marathon Gamer. I've not seen Scott. I think he's on his holidays again. These are all from eBay. Yes, they're all from eBay. They're not cheap. I'm kind of... Who did I say? I was in the comments of somebody else for the last vid. Definitely sub 50 now. Sub 50 for a full Game Gear set. But bearing in mind, there's some expensive games in there. Right? There's no messing. There's no like other ways around it. Now, a couple of these ones here are... how can I put it right? With the Game Gear, with a lot of full collections, you get all your fodder, you get your middle ground, and then you get like the expensive ones. And I think I mentioned this before. With the Game Gear, we're talking loose, not talking box. And again, I feel like I'm reiterating myself here. It's like a fucking broken record. The top portion from a loose collection, as in like the expensive ones, there aren't that many of them. Don't get me wrong, they're still of money, but they're not ridiculous like some of the other sets. So a couple of these, I don't know where they sit in that tier, that echelon of whatever. Because again, two of these, no, actually all three of these, I don't think I've ever seen on eBay. Hands up, I don't really stalk eBay too much for Game Gears. Every now and then I'll have a look, because there ain't a great deal on there generally. You know, like there's always be SNES games, there'll always be NES games, there'll always be placed. You get the idea. Game Gear, like the turnover isn't as frequent, and it sure as shit ain't frequent on CEX either. So that being said, bids, buy it now, bids. That's right. So we'll start with, I don't know, probably the cheaper one. Everyone does this. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad game. I can't really speak to it because, again, I've not played it. This was a buy it now. I think I got an offer and then a countered offer, that kind of stuff. I can't recall how much it was. I think sub 30 quid. I want to say sub 30 quid. And again, it's not one that I've seen before. And this is X-Men Game Master's Legacy. Now, I think this one did come with a little thingy. This one, I think you tend to see American quite a lot. This is obviously clearly it's the PAL version. But in my head, I'm thinking sub 30 quid. And some people, over the years, don't talk about prices. I don't give a fuck. If I can remember what the price is, I'll tell you. Because I find it useful when people tell me. I find it a little bit disconcerting when people know the price and they don't want to discuss it. I'm like, why? Why? Like, why? Who cares? Anyway. Oh, dear me. All right. Bundle of 3 games. One of them was like some boxing one, which I definitely already got. The other was Stargate. I got Stargate off Liam. Oh, Birmingham Market. Nottingham Market? Can't remember. A while back. I had Stargate, which I haven't put that one in on the up for sale. I haven't took it to a show yet because I just want to double check the one I got from Liam, which is buried in the drawer there, and just make sure that I've got the best version, best copy of it. I said I don't think there's any difference in them. More so that when, again, the nice thing generally about Game Gear games, a lot of the Sega stuff, is that when they're in these little protectors and stuff, they do look, the cartridges do tend to be in better condition. Anyway, the pick of the bunch out of those 3 is The Adventures of Batman and Robin. Again, I ain't never seen this one, right? I think it was definitely on bids. I won this. I can't remember how much it is, but I remember looking at it thinking that's got to be worth it. Again, never seen it on CX, but again, I don't stalk it as much as I probably would do for other stuff. Based probably on, I'm guessing from that, on the fantastic cartoon. The Batman games, generally on most systems, always sort of hold their value. I meant to say, didn't I? X-Men, just for those that give a shit. Game Master's Legacy is not a Master System title. Stargate is not. Stargate isn't a Master System. No, I was right. Star Wars, it's not Stargate. And Batman and Robin, Adventures of Batman and Robin, definitely isn't a Master System title either. Either or. So yeah, I mean, a couple of nice. Again, like I say, I can't speak to the actual value of them because they're never in CEX. They're the only ones I've ever seen on eBay at the minute. I own them. I would probably say they're mid to high. And then the last one. Again, I got this for a deal, a real fucking deal. I think I want to say 70 quid. Again, a lot of money. A lot of money for a little bit of fucking plastic. You must be fucking stupid, Stu. Yeah, I am. But I think we've already agreed that. Bizarrely, I think I don't know. My list says I still need. There's one more in this, and I'm like thinking, I'm sure I'll pick that up. Again, I need to get in that drawer. I probably will do after this and have a sort through. This is the most expensive of. I think there might be 2 or 3 on the Game Gear, and this is the the excellent Dizzy collection. The one that allegedly missing is Fantastic Dizzy. Kind of like the cheaper one. I'm thinking I fucking must have that, but I don't know. Again, it's this Mandela effect where I've convinced myself I've got it, and I've probably got it on the NES and fucking something else. Same with that bloody Crash Dummies. I think it was the NES version that I picked up box, and like I say, in my head, it's like a Dana game. I know it sounds daft, but that's because I've got no history with it. This one, this isn't the traditional Dizzy games. I can't fucking read it. Go Dizzy Go, Panic Dizzy, and the other one. So they're kind of like, they're not the traditional Dizzy games. You know, like they sort of pick up 3 items, use the item, blah 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 blah. They're like the sort of the spin-offs that they use Dizzy the Egg as the mascot to do the mini games. I think Panic Dizzy, like a Pac-Man game. I can't remember. It's that kind of thing. They're not traditional Dizzy games anyway. Either way. So that, guys, is it. Man, that's 40 fucking minutes. That's just meant to be a quick one. There's only a handful of fucking things there. Yeah, so we've got Doncaster, which was towards the end of the month. And outside of that then, we've got that one in Norwich, which is Ricky's. I know there's a few lads that are local to that I've seen. I'll say Trev. It's not Trev. What's his bloody? He ain't been on YouTube. He ain't made a video for ages. Oh, he's got the ponytail, ginger hair. Forget his name, but I know he lives around near there. Anybody else? Like I say, if you're in that sort of weird lull, dead zone between Christmas and New Year, come along. It's a good market. It's in like the shopping centre thing at Norwich. So yeah, all things being equal, Fob and stuff will be there. Then outside of that, we're kind of done. But ain't me done, right? I've got some nice. Should have a good little Christmas video. Some right bouters. So stay tuned for that. So we've got Doncaster. I'll see what shakes loose from Doncaster. If there's nothing, then there'll be no real video, and I might just ball it all up together. But outside of that, YouTube, take it easy, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.